Oof. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets. It is Friday, May 27th, closer to 11 o'clock. We're getting better. All right. So listen, this is the TradeView Market site. Once again, I go on all the different tangents because, first of all, it's 11 Eastern, and I've been working intensely since 4 Eastern. So what? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've already been working 7 hours. So, and that's fine. And it's, believe me, it's great. But so much has been going on. So if I go off on tangents, I apologize. And if it's your expense, I'll come around and I'm sure make the point. Okay, so let's get into it. Here's a TradeView Market site. Looks better than ever. Really does. I've been here, one of the first people here. And really, I mean, that's why I keep it on the TradeView Market site. I actually like looking at it. All right, so let's log in. Okay. Dick's aware. Lewis, with Dick's, I told you, see, this is the problem, Lewis. All right. I'm going to appeal to the audience. Hold on. This is the chart on Dick's Sporting Goods stores. Hold on. I know I'm on TJH. All right. Everybody knows, first of all, what's one of my plays, if you will, a third day up situation. Okay. 3 days up. So Dick's obviously was oversold or capitulated and went from 64 to 87 right where the gap is. Okay, that's Dick's. All right, so first of all, it qualifies for everything that I like as a trade. All right, 3 days up in a major move. With it's done the most volume it's done literally in 5 years, whatever, 10 years, I can go back. Okay, it had fundamental news, it had earnings, as well as the group with it. The market's obviously stretched out. We'll get into that in a second. So it has price action, which it did. It followed beautiful price action. If Tim was trading with me, or maybe even did it himself, the stock was negative all day long as the future's going up, and the stock was red in the sector that was red. I mean, that's why I shorted ASO. I wasn't in Dick's because, quite honestly, it had a lot of buying power. But what I'm saying is, Dick's aware, and let me go back to this is the chart on Dick's. If I'm not on it, all right. But the thing. Lewis, the trade may or may not be over. I get that. But once again, where were we? And listen, Lewis, I consider you, I bounce ideas off you now. That's only why I'm telling you. But Fitch, I have a big position. Nobody gave me props on that one. But the bottom line is this. I said, watch Dick's, and then that's why I'm going to short ASO. This is the chart on ASO. Same thing. Hold on. Let me take off my trade. No, I'll show you where I shorted ASO. Pounding this thing, ASO, all the way from what? 34.20 to 34.50. Hammering it. Then covering it, what? 33.40. So listen, it's $1 trade as the market. Where's the ES? The market's going the other way. And I'll tell you this. I've been doing this a long time. I could only think of one thing that feels better. There's the spice that feels better than which everybody thinks that, I'm talking about. When your shorts go down and your longs go up at the same time, there's very few feelings in the world that's better than that. So, yeah, Dix. Well, Lewis, I said, this is my point. I said it before the open. So when I say something listen, there's 8,000 stocks out there. No, I got you. Look, there's 8,000 stocks out there. So when I can only do so much here. So when I notice stock, pay attention. So obviously the stock's at a $5 range today. That's all. The trade's kind of over a bit. So my point being is I did the same thing the third day up on ASO. You know what I mean? I don't think it's, by the way, nice cover. I don't think it's going back to a freaking to 30. Maybe it is going back to 30, but that's a trade. All right. So what else? No, it's all good, Lewis. Listen, there's a lot to do here. Fitch, another one. Punted it like a putz. All right. Let's get back to routine. So I'm jumping all over the place, but I did tell you I was going to jump all over the place, but I'm trying to stay professional. I pardon. Okay. Routine is most important because that starts with focus and a plan. Pardon. All right, so we came here today. NVIDIA bounce could be a hint that the market has fallen enough for now. All right, so that was yesterday's clue. That was the tell. All right, I was selling 80% of Marvell. Was Marvell? I sold at 60. All right, by the way, for a stock that has this, by the way, this is a bearish sign on Marvell. It is a third day up. Okay, Marvell had news, range, price action. 3 days up, 52 to 60. Big move. What is that? 20%. 14%. All right. So sold it at 60 on the pre-open. Actually, I sold it at whatever, 60.24. It did go to 61. All right, whatever. The trade's over for me for now. It's still in the fund. I like it in the fund. It's got to test the 50-day. Isn't that another rule of mine? It's not the only rule, believe me. I didn't make it up. I'm just telling you out of 25 years experience, the 50-day, which is the blue, is a usually good gauge of medium-term price deflection or reflection, whatever way you want to call it, either up and down. So it got there. Trade only. You know what I mean? We're here to trade. And by the way, trade only has been the theme of TradeGATEHub for the past 2 weeks. So the VIX has calmed down now, and that's to our favor. Well, actually, it's not to my favor. I wish what the VIX was 40, but as the VIX, as we'll go here, approaches, it's 26 now, right? And I will tell something that I know this for a fact. Anybody out to argue, fine. The VIX right now, by the way, pardon me, talking about 50-day support, or the red line, the VIX right now is at the 50-day support. It bounced off that. Let's see how that acts. Now, the VIX is it's not really a good trading instrument, but everybody's watching it now. So if that's bouncing off the 50-day, let's look at the VXX, actually a trading instrument. It's below all the moving averages, doing nothing. But as the VIX comes down to 26, as you can see, God forbid it gets lower, then funds have to put money to work because there's lack of volatility. Things are basing, the moves have been made, maybe people have been washed out. So go from there. But there've been wild moves. It's really wilder moves than the VIX indicates at 26. But I'll show you. We'll go to the charts in a second. So, all right, next to finish the TradeGATEHub routine, if you will. All right, you'll never catch the exact lows. Carl Quintanilla, long only demand across the desk today. Aggressive. Listen, all of a sudden, Nevada. You know what I mean? It's 170 to 180, just like that. So this was a type of market. Let me give an example of a sun where now it came back a little bit. I sold some good. I got at it. I chased it. Where there's higher lows being put in so far. Let's look another one. Coin. This is a lows already put in. This is a higher low. By the way, I came in coin overnight, and I'll show you my trades. I felt like a putz. The majority of my sales were what? 73. I took good money off it. It did go to 77. But the good, yeah, well, we got to keep going. We got a little work to do. Thanks, Coach. We got to listen. The long-term fund has been stabilized. Thankfulness to Tim putting money or saying do whatever you have to do, literally at the bottom, which was last Thursday. Great call. Seriously, he did. And it gave me more buying power and leeway, not to work out of my losers, but to also put new money to work and have some winners and take off. So we rotated a lot. I did that the same in long-term fund. We had good things. Thanks, Coach. But anyway, so my major sales on coins were at 73, and I don't feel bad that was my core feeling, because that's where it came down to, and that's what, as of 11:15, that's where it looked like it settled. Maybe it goes back to 75 for expiration, but you know what I mean. There's markets APP. I covered that. Raw stores. How about the raw stores? Nobody liked the raw stores. Hammering raw stores. Sure. Hold on. Today, 1 minute. Raw stores. A little nibbler. 88. Top tick raw stores. 89. Covered some 87. And by the way, that was when the short went up. Just like, listen, thick stores. I bought it at 68 and I sold it like 66. This is what Lewis. This is to you in contra trading. Rich, it's going to take a couple of weeks, but you know what? At least, like I said, at least, listen. No, he called me. He did freak it. If I would show it, if you would let me, I'd tell you where he showed it. It's a personal thing, but he literally said, "There's a bunch of money. Do whatever you have to do on the bottom." I'm not getting too personal if you're on it, Tim, but that helped. And I'm not. Listen, I'm not. I'm not a brown noser. You know what I mean? But there was a freaking timing. That's all it is. So good call. What else do we trade today? I had stocks like OLPX. Let me give you an example. A stock that, by the way, was some people asked me, or even in the past, what would qualify? Do you worry about an economic number or anything like that? Here's OLPX. Okay, this is also in the beauty sector, if you will. This was a stock that broke out yesterday on good volume. I liked it. I kind of punted early because I thought the market was kind of toppy. But this OLPX is another one that I had my eye on. What else do we trade? Markets bouncing a little bit. Raw stores still negative. Brothers, the brothers is hurting us. The brothers got us. What else? DXC, a great follow through. You want to talk about range, volume, good price action. DXC again. I missed it yesterday. I was so pissed I missed it. 1, 2, 3. Bit, first day up. So I shorted. Listen, by the way, I didn't think the stock was all of a sudden going to go back to 31. A stock that goes from $29 to $36 on good range and volume that I happen to know it's in my universe. So I started laying it out DXC. Well, first of all, third day up. So I watched it. I waited a little bit, started shorting DXC, hammering it. 35.90, 35.70, shorted a little more, 35.40. Didn't like it so much, so I covered it at 35.10. So the trade for me from 35.80 going against a high momentum trade is okay. I took money off. And by the way, that's where it's bouncing right now. What other trades do we do? Ring, Wayfair's negative, Dollar General. See these RVLB, I should be shorting more raw stores. The brothers is getting me for some reason. So right now, this is my screen. Crocs went down. We sold that. Dick's still going down. Where's my ASO? All right, so it's there. Tesla, what are the big guys doing? Apple hanging in there. Oops, someone's home. Apple hanging in there. Chewy, Etsy, Coin. So the plug power is looking good now. Run looking good. They're taking up these. They can't take down the Schlumberger was one of my best picks of the week. I fumbled that trade. Fumble here. UAL, RCL. I sold it today. Caesars is negative. Hold on a second, my son. Doing a video. Sorry about that. He's obviously not a TGH member. I'm gonna have to yell at him. All right, here's other ones. GME, Hood is up 75 cents. So you know what I mean? It looks like when they're taking up Hood 8% instead of, PDD had earnings. That's had a lot of all Upstart. Futures are going up again. Raw stores still going down. The brothers got me. Lithium, you stink. Globe, DLO. Here's my screen. D-Dog, ZI, apps. I covered it. Dog also excited. Oh, come on, guys. Listen, it wasn't that good of a week. Listen, you want to know why? Because you never make as much on the way up as you do on the way down. You know what I mean? Asan is 20. Listen, where's the cues? I'll give you an example, guys. Seriously. Here's the example. It's why I'm trying to take moves and why I've been holding a loser or two more than I usually would because of these type of moves that these markets are making. Hold on, let me give a new share. All right, let me give you an example. Here are the cues. The cues have gone from 284 to 306. So I'm not really sure how to do the line over, okay? And here's Asan, which was one of my bigger position. Well, let me go to 2 weeks, for example. 2 weeks ago, I sold Asan at 25. So let's go to May 19th at 12 o'clock. That's where I sold. May 19th at 2 o'clock, Asan is 24. QQQ. May 19th at 2 o'clock, the Qs were a lot lower. So what do you know? That I took money off the table. Asan is not even there. It's not even there yet. The brothers got me. Lithium, OLPX still going high. Let's look at my new high screen if I'm going off on tangents. FUTU, another one with big range. That worked. FUTU, now it's above all the moving averages. Baba, did that come back now yet? SC, JD, Lebu. Now here's XPI now. Went from worst to best. Sometimes you don't get it. It wouldn't go, and it did the opposite with the futures. How about Nutella? The futures were going nuts this morning. So Nutella, I'm like, look, it was negative. So Nutella goes from 45 to a $5 move, $4 move on Nutella. So that's why you're saying that if you're holding, it's changing the market. The market's changing tune a little bit if you're holding along. ON, lower than where I sold it. Raw stores breaking low. The brothers got me. BRCC, Lithium, ACAD, BLI, Carvana. So they're taking down retailers. DXC, Lithium. I had Lithium. Look where I sold Lithium. Embarrassed. because I saw crude going down and I thought they would reverse. Lithium, I'm selling. Bad trade, Mike V. 32. Stocks 34. Had a lot of it. Horrible trade. I'm gonna have to beat Tony P because of that trade right now. I'm freaking pissed off. I'm only kidding. All right, let's look at TGH and let's look at what's moving. We need a plan in the afternoon so I can stop pontificating. Okay. Let's look at a movers list. Okay, AVDL. What's this thing? 92 million. Good. 92 million AVDL on the number one list. I write it down. AVDL, how you doing? All right. You know what? The juice is out of the punch bowl. Went from $1 to $2.50. Not interested, but I got my eye on Siga. Mentioned it this morning. Hold on a second. I didn't see it. Siga. Siga chart. The monkeypox sector is freaking flying. Siga. All right. You know what I mean? I'm not interested. Nile, Express, ZY, NVAX acting well. Upstart, not in it. Lithium's there. Could have been somebody at the high. Fucker. DM, BKSY. It's another, listen, that one might go. It's still not overbought. It was once a high flyer, 125 million, needs some rest. That's something, I write that too. I said this morning in the group, Bixie for the active trader. Still in it. I'm not in it, but it's still in play. INO, Alta could have been someone. Brothers, the brothers got me. I'm short the brothers, but I shouldn't have shorted because it went through the gap. I actually started shorting right here when it hit the second gap. I was throwing a dart. Something's up. I started shorting. I'm going to cover it. Not ruin my afternoon. Where is it? They got the brothers 21 to 4, doubled. I actually bought that too, but I'm not upset because I could have been buying a lot of GH. That was in the fund at one point. GH, another biotech stock. Nobody wanted it, 27 to 42. It happens when you don't really, big lots. Big lots. Did that ever bounce? Never held a new low. It's a heavily shorted stock, big lots. I alerted that this morning. It's still above the open. It's heavily shorted. Let's see the volume. I hope if it hasn't done a lot of volume yet, it could be short squeeze still. No, not interested. What's low? I over these cancer drugs. Workday. Today it didn't work. Their IPI. Ags are down. INO. Listen, Lewis, I'm not going to talk you out of INO. Here's the other ags that are going down. I'm not going to talk you out of INO. You know what I mean? It's like a safe. It's a baby play. You know what I mean? It's a wimp play. I don't want to use bad vernacular here. You want to? I'll give you that one. There are better plays, Lewis. Than I can definitely say than that. As about the way it smacked me on coin. There are better plays, Lewis. APP. I'm in that. Ring. Carvana going up. Dash. GH. Nutella back in business. I might add to this. But you know what? I'd be hypocritical. It's got to go over the 50-day. Over the 50-day, it's going 100. But I want to show you something on Nutella. All right? Nutella. It's to tell you I'm not putting my ego aside and just doing something. Yesterday, Goldman Sachs now lowers Nutella price target to 180. That's yesterday or 2 days ago. 180 from 206. Stock's 48. You know what I mean? So if they're a fraction right, we're okay. Hold on a second. Tony P's getting fractious. Probably wants me to cover BROS here. I might. Hold on. Oh, yeah, doing business here. All right, so Nutella. So Goldman takes Nutella down to 180. All right, you know what? I'll take 80 Nutella. You know what? I'll take, what is it? 180? What's half of 180? 90? Sign me up for being half right. Maybe it goes to the gap. But it's what I'm saying. Something, even the BLI. BLI. Where's the freaking guy? They're buying, they're selling. Morgan Stanley, 10. It is a good sign for Nutella. It's also a good sign for Path. Path's price target, Goldman, Citi. Ross Stores breaking low, giddy up for the family, ZI, Lithium. Look at LTHM. All right, let's see what this JD and this BABA does, because it might be a China weekend. It's still below the moving average. But BABA, listen, this is what my mentor would tell me, right? BABA was up $12 yesterday, right? 88, yeah, from the close. It's only down $1. People be like, well, the market's so strong today and BABA's only down BABA's down $1. Let me short and no. For a stock that was up $12, or whatever, it was up $12, it was up to 18%, and it's only down $1 now. That's bullish. You know what I mean? For a stock to make that type of move and only get back a stick, bullish. What about NVAX? Why's this thing going? Somebody gave this to me today. Now it's up 6. No, you can't catch them all. BABA, APP, should have covered it. You dog. CI, I'm shorted just because I shorted it. Brothers, stupid OLPX going higher. Fitch breaking high. PDD, Marvell, no range in Marvell. You gave it up. DLO, Globe was up nice. And DLO, I saw DLO was negative. DLO and Globe do the same thing. So DLO was negative and Globe was freaking flying. And Globe went from, I looked at it, 2070 to, it came down $1. APP, you rat bastard. Brothers. It's all right, I got my eye on you, bastard. NTNX, the one-day hangover. Snow, not doing anything after. Any questions, anyone? Let me see what the wise guys are doing, because I have to leave you with that. Or any other questions? I'll get better with the routine. It's been a long week, and it's not by no means an excuse for poor performance, but there are a lot of, I'm trying to process a lot. Citibank negative. Don't worry about it. Buy Citi on a dip. Look at Citibank negative. Another one. Look at this. Big move, broke, oh, hold on, am I on here? Citibank. Broke the downward rope. Great volume, showing better relative strength than any other bank. Still not overbought. Now it broke the 50-day. Needs a little rest. That's fine. Oh, that's JP Morgan. What am I doing? I knew that was wrong. At least I know that the difference. The Citibank, all right, same thing, by the way, thank God. But you know what? JP Morgan, that was it. Wow, JP Morgan, 120, just like that. Should be in it. Schwab did the same thing. Dog. That's why coin's going up too. So Citibank I like. Let's look at the laggards. How about that MA? Did that rest and still go? Back and fill. Big move on MA now above all. Now MasterCard's above all the holy grails, if you will, above every moving average. Visa. So now you know MasterCard is better a breed. Not to even know if you change it, if you trade it, but now you know it. Visa's a laggard. Let's go to the wise guys. Okay. Telray bullish. Louis Pinto actually bought it. Did you buy that, Louis? Nice. That might be okay, Louis. Let's see if it goes. It's got to break that. It's got to break 455. Going for a refill. Flow has settled down. A bit more mixed as a little protection makes its way through. Not seeing anything really interesting out there. Handful of names for aggressive activity, but all a scramble. Look for those band of squeakers for sign of momentum. And that's my job to relay that to you. UVXY calls. Not the best sign. AMD bearish. 26 minutes ago, AMD was bearish. But that, all right, well, this is 26 minutes ago. This is AMD. I'm not saying AMD, whatever, it's giving it up, but, it's a AMD 50-day. So, it's a no play. AMD, you have to look at to see if the market's overall. I think it's a no play here. LITM, you get it, baby. The brothers, I'm upset. I made the raw stores. Now I have to take off the brothers short to make off for a nice raw stores trade. And that's aggravating to me. Dick's Sporting Goods stores, 270. Could have been someone. Was ASO. All right, ASO I covered right. So Dick's is still going. Am I on the thing here? I'm talking out loud, but you guys, whatever. Dick's Sporting Goods stores has been breaking lower. But ASO, I still covered at the low, so I'm not upset. Next, Oxy bearish. Oxy bearish. I wouldn't short Oxy with freaking Madoff's money there. And I got a thick skin. Piton bearish. Hood. CHPT has auction activity. This is one of Kramer's plays, a charging station. CHPT has activity. It's going to go on my list. I'm talking out loud, but this is my process. Top action on Hood and CHBT. This is 40 minutes ago. Obviously, there's a forced buying out there in the early going, though there's a few realistic bets coming in. Mostly call flow, only protection. Protection in ETFs. So that's why you saw UVXY. Snap bullish. CHBT again. So that's one I like. PDD bullish. PWR, that was 47 minutes ago. Can't trade them all. PWR 47 minutes ago. That was it. 47 minutes ago, whatever. PWR, that's some sort of oil play, just to keep on PWR. So 48 minutes, PWR, CHBT. So you see here, NVAX, another, that's what gave it to me, NVAX. RBX bullish, don't really like it. Riot bullish, Tesla. Let me see again. There's nothing really going on. I mean, there is, but you haven't done it by now. Look, this is a time where everybody's patting me on the back for a week, but if you haven't made your week by 11:30 on a Friday, don't do it, because it's Monday mornings. Monday's a holiday, thin trading, and Tuesday's the last Tuesday's the last day of the month. Here's what just ran across my head as I stumbled. Kramer, again, traders sell cost, but investors buy it. Recognize a winner. Prediction, calls for capitulation will be near a zero. Yeah, the moves have been made. She's right, Helene. This is what this Rev says. Most interesting data on my screen, more 4-to-1 positive and 102. Okay, so that's a macro view. Don't go chasing here. What else do I look at on my thing? And the good thing is having a limited Twitter feed is I don't have to filter through 20 million SPY puts. All right, that could be a hedge. I suddenly hear way too much cash. Stops EDBL next. EDBL. This is, by the way, follow IT. Very good. Very for professional at the low floaters. Nice to see. Sellers are weak. Fear and greed still at 20. Pockets of momentum are fairly narrow. How you fly is different from how big you think. That's true. So what's going on here? So the NASDAQ is coming down. Oh, the New York is taking more pressure than the NASDAQ. DNN, SPY, the VIX. Coming down to a buy territory for the VIX, which just is protection. Everybody can understand that coming to a Friday. It doesn't mean that the market's topped out. I'm thinking again, out loud. What's that? Home of hot wrestling. Uninterested. Ripster, Amazon. All right, I'll get everybody going. Anything could happen on a long weekend. It'd be a shame if the market sold off. He's being facetious. TradeGATEHub, that's a good sign for Nutella. It is a good sign for Nutella. I even like the symbol, Nutella. You know what I mean? It's like Nutella, even though I don't like nuts. Okay, guys, you all good? Any other questions? Let's see what else. Let's see this. When I get back from lunch is the second thing I do. I go to stocks. I go to top US gainers. I go to price change. Go to the list, and I go to AVDL, which was, by the way, was on our list before. Remember when I showed you? ALLR, RRGB, Red Robin, SIGA, Fitch. See, that company is such a dog, I punted it. Probably shorted. I'm not shorting it, relax. Fitch. One day up. Dog. All right, guys, I'll leave it at that. So it's a Friday afternoon. As I said again, Monday we're closed. I know it sucks. Tuesday, I will post data so we can absorb it over the weekend. Like I said, it's 11:30. Just for those, I don't know what type of trader everybody is here. I do it all. That's why I have to be here all the time, and I love doing it. But split the day in two. Come back, do whatever you have to do. Go work in the garden, and get down and just write the top 5, top 20 stocks that I like up or down, and get to know it. I'm sure if you don't have a TradeView Markets account, get the TradeView Markets demo, and go try my plan. Maybe maybe you like it. Maybe you like my style. Take the top 5 or 10 up and down with good range and volume. Buy 50, 100 shares in some sort of demo account. You know what I mean? That's how you go to different levels. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Have a good day. I appreciate everybody's week. And by the way, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We got a lot of work to do. You too, Rich. Thanks for signing in. We got a lot of work to do, and haven't even started. I mean, look where the market is. The fear and greed still at 10. Let's look at this for a second. Here's a chart on the spies. All right, now we got some work to do. All right, now the good trading comes in. I'm an active trader. When they're down here, I'm just everybody's spies right here too, right there. The spot. All right, 412, third day up, but it is a Friday. So we'll leave it at stock picking. All right, cheers, guys. Thanks and have a good weekend.